Bonjour mes amis, my name is Freya, and today I'm going to be making an agent for creatures. I didn't think I would be doing this video either, but I've been making a lot of agents lately, for the CCSF specifically, and so I figured I'd film the process. Maybe you guys can, I don't know, make some of your own agents based on this. That would be fantastic. Disclaimer before I forget. I'm not the greatest at agent making or at Blender for the record. There is definitely a better, easier way to do everything I'm doing here. So I'm actually starting in Blender. When I'm making an agent, I always start with the sprites because I have no motivation to make anything if it doesn't already look good. So what I'm going to be making is gonna be kind of like a stove. And this is not gonna be a Blender tutorial. Partly because I don't consider myself good enough at Blender to warrant making a tutorial. But also because this is just about the general agent creation process for creatures. You can hand draw the sprites if you want. I have so many agents that I've made over the years with hand-drawn sprites. Now, most of them you can't get, because I never actually posted them, but they're out there and they exist. But yeah, what this is gonna be is an oven, a stove type thing. I don't know if you guys ever used the working oven by Freya, not me, the other Freya, the Freya who was in the creatures community long before I was. But she made she made the stove in Creatures 1 usable. I think I've accidentally got these on the same object. Okay. But yeah, the oven in Creatures 1, she made it usable, and I used that agent. Not agent, it's not called an agent in Creatures 1. I used that cob incessantly. How's that? I kind of like that. Okay. I'm gonna delete this light, and I'm going to add a sun. Put it back, and I think it's to the left. I don't remember how the lighting looks in Docking Station, but honestly, like, if you get your lighting inconsistent, no one is looking closely enough for it to matter. Shadows a bit. And somebody I love very much once told me a kitchen is always yellow. Okay, I kind of like that. Okay, and that's what it's gonna look like when the surface is hot. Okay, now when I use Blender to make agents, I always use Cycles as the render engine, and I go to Film here, and under Pixel Filter, I set the width as low as possible, which is 0.01 pixels, which will give you that nice hard edge that you need for Sprite Builder. Okay, so now I've got Blender pulled down to my tablet so that I can draw directly on top of things. I'm no longer too sure how I feel about the brick. I think that looked better when it was bigger, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, so now we have frames 1 through 10 of the stove element heating up. Okay, I'm nearly done rendering this, and I've just decided it looks too clean, so I'm gonna stop it, and I'm gonna mess it up a little bit. Yeah, I think the little handprint in the corner there is cute, but I think I need this messier. Oh, there we go. It just wasn't loading for some reason. Okay, maybe I can dial it back a bit then. I'm making like a little burnt spot here because clearly this thing gets too hot just routinely. Okay, this is looking a little bit better, but I think I want some places where the paint is clearly scratched off. Okay, I'm starting to really like this, because I feel like now it's telling a story. Like, we've gone from a cutesy little stove that, is in good working condition and perhaps a bit too clean for creatures, to, something that has seen better days, something that is a hazard to life. Like, it'll still make you food, but, beware, you know? Yeah, I like that. I think we have a winner. Okay, I have my final stove. I'm not changing my mind again. I like it. Okay, so the render is all done. Next, you'll want to open up your frames in the image editing software of your choice. I'm using Photoshop. And there's some preparation steps you want to do. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that there are no pixels in this image that are totally black. So what I do is I open up the levels modifier, and I set the output level at the lowest end to 1. Now that does not make a super huge noticeable change, but the creature's engine reads totally black pixels as transparent, so you don't want holes in your agent. Next, I set the background to black, and I adjust the canvas size to give me a margin of about 10 pixels, but it doesn't really matter. Pick any color that you know is not part of your sprite and use that as the background. And I like to create a frame animation. Now we can watch the stove heat up. Use the render video export. Now usually I export these as PNGs and then I throw them into a texture packer thing so that I get a sprite sheet, and then I load that into Sprite Builder. However, because this is only 10 frames, it's not that much of a hassle to just push it all into bitmaps. If you've never made an agent before, you need to keep in mind that you have to set the depth to 24-bit and you have to check the flip row order box. Otherwise, things will look funky. Now that you have your frames in the right format, you'll just want to open up Sprite Builder, make a new file, insert bitmap, and replace with the appropriate image. Control A to automatic cut. So the green border was actually not fully necessary for this step, but I do it every time anyway. The green border comes in handy if I need to put everything into a texture sheet. For instance, if I'm making something that has a bunch of frames. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. That's what I get for not paying attention. Okay, and we have the sprite file for our stove. Saving it as frayla_stove.c16. And now we bust out the chaos tool. I don't like to reinvent the wheel. 99% of my code is cannibalized. I'm going to open up a different thing that I made for the festival. And I'm going to make a new file. I'm going to have them side by side. And it's going to be great. Okay, so I'm not going to walk through all of the chaos. There's plenty of chaos tutorials out there. If you want me to make a chaos tutorial that's separate from this, I will. Just comment below and I'll do it eventually. But that's not what this is about. This is just the agent making process overall. Okay, and here's the fun part. We get to see if this breaks the game. Okay. Oops. Haha. You don't want to see any of this, do you? Spoilers for the festival. Let's go ahead and try out the stove. Oh, wait. Hang on. Nearly forgot I need to move the sprite file to the docking station images directory so that the game actually knows what it looks like. Okay, now let's try it. Ooh, okay. Try to set behavior 11 when the agent does not have one of the appropriate scripts. I know what caused that. It's because I did not add the pull script or the hit script when the code I cannibalized had both of those. So, let's try that again. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. My levels layer covered up the black background as well as the agent itself. Okay, gotta troubleshoot that. That's embarrassing, I've never done that before. Well, let's see how the animation looks at any rate. Yeah, the animation looks okay. I don't really like, the location where the food is dropping from. I want it to sort of come from the middle. That part's also from the, stolen code. But I do like the way it looks in-game, and I like its size. So let's fix that issue from before. Okay, so let's try that again. Much better. Okay, okay. Okay, so the food it's dispensing is, for one thing, not the food that I'm going to end up using. But it's also coming out right around here where I'm pointing with the cursor. So we need to move it more to the right and more down. Let's determine by how much. So if I do Control-Shift-X to look at the coordinates, I'm pointing at 6121. I want it more centered at 6155. So let's adjust the X coordinate by about 30 and see if that's more centered. No. That didn't do a thing. Oh, because I was using the hit script, my bad. Yes, okay, that is more centered. I want a little more, though. Yeah, I can live with that. Let's bring it down. So, it's right around here, 9129. I want it more like 9182. That's perfect. That is exactly what I'm going for. Now let me replace the hit script with an actual hit script so it doesn't just vend when you hit it. And that sound effect is also temporary. Okay, so that concludes part 1 of my agent making video. Part 2, I'm going to be making something for the stove to actually dispense besides the little placeholder thing of mochi. Let's see if I can get Dazzle Flower here to hit the dispenser though. That way we can actually see the new hit script. Honey Puff, will you do it? No? These two old ladies are not interested in hitting dispensers. There we go, thank you, Sugar. Yeah, so we have a real hit script now. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video, so thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!